Lead prosecutor Terrence Williams delivered an unambiguous rebuttal asserting that the Mohameds legal team has not identified any legitimate constitutional issue capable of halting the extradition proceedings. Williams argued that the defense's reliance on the principle of speciality, which governs the offenses for which an extradited person may be tried, is fundamentally misplaced. Speciality is not a prohibition, it is a restriction with qualifications. Parliament establishes the restrictions and can therefore qualify them. There is no constitutional or inherent right to speciality, Williams told the court. He stressed that although the Fugitive Offenders Act includes several safeguards, not every legislative provision rises to the level of constitutional protection. The prosecution's positions were strengthened, Williams said, by a diplomatic note dated Friday, December 5th, a written assurance from the United States guaranteeing that the Mohammeds would not be extradited to a third country. It provides what the extradition treaty doesn't. The U.S. has given the assurance, meaning the defense submissions won't hold. We need not look any further for provisions on the speciality principle, he added.
Well, the main argument was that the constitutional issues do not arise for the consideration of the learned magistrate. The application is frivolous and vexatious because, first of all, there are no real constitutional issues, and they certainly do not arise for consideration at this time. First, because many of these rights which they rely on expressly exclude extradition from consideration, and also because the magistrate has a certain duty to perform, and the duty that she has to perform does not include the considerations that the defendants have raised.
Williams also dismissed the defense's citation of the Bari Dataram extradition case, saying the ruling was made under a previous version of the law that has since been superseded. The amendment was made because of him. He cannot speak to the constitutionality of the amendment, Williams said. Despite the prosecution's position, the defense insisted that the amendment significantly alter due process protections and therefore merit review by the High Court.
Well, the arguments today centered around the unconstitutionality of the amendments made in 2009. We believe that we would have presented the arguments clearly, which shows the potential unconstitutionality and the basis for the referral to the High Court.
Senior prosecutor Harbert Mackenzie supported Williams' arguments, explaining that extradition operates under its own legal framework. Extradition is a unique set of proceedings for which the Constitution makes specific provision, he said, calling it a hybrid construct rooted in both treaty obligations and the authority of the states. Mackenzie said the defense is attempting to elevate ordinary statutory interpretations into constitutional questions that simply do not exist. Earlier in the day, the defense requested more time to prepare a written reply to the prosecution's submissions. Magistrate Judy Lachman granted the extension, giving them until Tuesday, December 9th. However, Lachman made it clear that her ruling on the constitutional submissions will still be delivered on Wednesday, December 10th, whether or not the defense submits its reply on time. The outcome will determine whether the matter is sent to the High Court or continues before her. Adana Dorrick, Guyana TV9 News.